Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all well. Thank you for spending some time with me today. For those who don't know me, this is me, Lou. Welcome. And thank you, Pat. Those at home, welcome. And those in the chat, I'm sorry. Let me say this. I'm sorry. Let me do my little promotion first. I do private reading as well. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or you can email me at psychicmilu@aol.com. Okay. I just watched that so-called news conference that Trump does quite often on his way to the helicopter. And this time, he's asking China to join with Ukraine to investigate the Bidens. And the reason why I am bringing that up, well, it's important because from what I heard, people who know the law, this is an impeachable offense because he's using the influence of his office to have other countries take part in our elections. It's a corrupt intent. His intentions are corrupt. The thing is, I'm going to take it a little further because I've warned people about this before, about Trump's long-term plan when he first got elected was to have his family, either Don Jr. or Ivanka, follow in his footsteps. And what he pulled this morning is a clear sign to me that's what he's going to do if he were to be reelected in 2020. Let me tell you, the first time he asked Russia, he had no power. He couldn't influence anything. He couldn't make any deals. Well, he made deals with Russia, okay, but he couldn't execute. He got lucky. He became president. Now, he has power. He can make promises behind the scenes, and we will find out about those things too, as we have with Ukraine. Now he's asking China, okay, since he's buddy with Putin already. So if he wins this time, because we have to remember, China is a dictatorship country. They can create anything and smear the Bidens, okay? And some Americans will go for it. And Putin will continue, however limited his propaganda is going to be, have some influence, okay? If Ukraine was to follow through, okay, and smear the Bidens as well, so he would win the second term. I'm just saying how dangerous of a period we are living in. What Trump is going to do, he would start making plans for how he can remain in office for the rest of his life and have his family follow in his footsteps. He could create situations where, for example, right now he's in the middle of negotiations with China about trade. So I'm sure he's going to influence that. There is no low bar for Trump. There's nothing he will not do. Remember, he's a realtor. Not all realtors are the same, okay? But this one is the worst of the worst. So he's going to make a deal with China, and the deal is not going to be for one time, by the way. It's to support him so he can become like she, and she doesn't care. He's a dictator too. Why not have the American president become a dictator? Because we are torn on their sides. We want democracy as opposed to him, Kim, and Putin. They are dictators. So they would be too happy to support Trump he would create ways to influence those governments and, among others, okay, to join him or to help him remain in power forever. I am saying this morning, but unfortunately for Trump, there is something that called strokes that can stop him dead in his tracks. None of us are here forever. And the reason why I am saying this, I'm bringing the stroke up. Yesterday, during the first news conference that he had, while he was sitting down and he was turning his head, and I was looking at his eyes, I looked at, let me see, his right eye, my left. Okay. And the thought I kept getting was stroke. I don't know when exactly. It may even be after he leaves office. But I wouldn't be surprised if he suffers a stroke. And but the explanation I just gave you, that is, if he were to last till 2020, what would happen? How he would go about mapping, planning, and creating an atmosphere in order for him to remain in office. I don't see him last past 2020. Yes, I posted, let me say, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if it was last week, I did a little presentation about what I saw in Trump's, there's a report that's called Primary Directions, and a lot of people ask me questions about it. I don't see how Trump is going to survive, not only intuitively, but I did that just so I could get timing. Okay? It felt like late 2020, 2021. Well, I'm sorry, not felt like, but that's what I saw. That's the date they have in that report. But it does not necessarily mean that's when the energy is going to strike. The energy can start way before that date. The influence of the aspects that could cause Trump to move, because basically that's what I was saying. There is a move that Trump is going to move. Okay? So Trump is not going to make it. Even I'm just going, please don't be alarmed. I am just saying, okay, even the worst case, if Trump was to win in 2020, the energy can start at any point. I'm just saying, if he were to win, he would not finish his second term. That's the worst case. Okay, I'm mixing my intuitive impressions with astrology. I'm just giving the worst case based on what I saw on the chart when I did the report. In any event, what we saw this morning is what Trump would do. I am bringing this up just to explain to all of you. Yes, I am seeing Trump jumping ship. We may wake up one day and we hear that he's gone, because, and I did also say last week or a couple of weeks ago that he was going to get worse. That's what we are witnessing at this moment. There is nothing he won't do in order for him to remain in the White House. Because to him, if he loses this election, he's going to jail. It is in his mind, it's a fact. So there is nothing he won't do. But unfortunately for him, what's going to come out with his taxes and other misdeeds he has done, I don't feel he's going to be able to take it. He's asking for Schiff to recuse or to be removed, that's not going to happen. And from what I understand this morning, McCarthy, the leader of the Republicans and the House, went to speak to Nancy Pelosi and ask about stopping, the impeachment. That's not going to happen. Trump is desperate. He thinks he's his own best everything. And I remember I said a few weeks ago, I felt him feeling that way, so confident he knows the job and he can go out and do everything. That's what's happening right now. And that's why he's digging the hole deeper for himself. This morning, again, he had created a situation for himself where he can be impeached on what he said alone this morning. I am not an expert on that stuff, but according to what I heard on TV, it resonates with me. So things are going to get more interesting as we go forward. Now I'm going to answer a question that a lot of people keep asking me. Is Trump going to take political asylum or leaving the country? Or is Mnuchin or is Pompeo leaving the country? All these people? No, they're not going anywhere. And Trump and his family, well, they can go on the run. I don't think Trump can go on the run. No. That's not going to happen. Pompeo either, nor Mnuchin. Trump kids may just skip town for a little while, but they will get caught. People who ask me that, please don't even go there. I don't feel that's going to happen, and I don't feel the government is going to allow Trump to get away with this, because remember I said I saw Ivanka accessing our servers where I was I don't know what level. I'm not going to tell you guys story. I don't know what the level of secrecy those servers have, the content of those servers. I don't know what level of secrecy, but I saw Ivanka accessing those files. Okay? So they know a lot. There is no way the government would allow those people to leave the country. No way. So, and given the fear that exists in the White House, if Ivanka wants to access something, she will have access. I mean, before, when Kelly was around, yes, he's a jerk and a joke, but he would stand up. Now, Trump only has sycophants around him. They can do whatever they want. And those things will come out as well, because so far, the media has been concentrating their research and investigations on Trump. They have not gone below Trump yet, but they will. We will find out a lot about what's been going on behind the scenes. And Pompeo is going to talk, and a couple of other people. And the other thing I want to mention, there is a sense of a revolt that may take place in the White House. People, it's not certain yet, but some people in the White House are so tired of the way Trump does business, the way he undercuts them, the way he belittles them. They are getting tired of it. And remember, I have always said behind the scene, he's raging. Yesterday we saw it in plain sight. He basically, yesterday was a good example. Well, it gets worse behind the scenes, okay? But at least we have an idea of what's going on behind the scene. And the people at the White House, a lot of them are getting fed up. Don't be surprised if one day they just decide to turn on Trump. there is a very strong possibility because some are thinking about it, others are still reluctant. But a couple of people would be enough to embolden the rest to just take action. And also, I wanted to mention, I just heard about that yesterday, I think it came out, that the whistleblower went to the intelligence committee before he or she went anyplace else. That validated what I have been saying to you all along, that there are a lot of people, even though they don't want to be whistleblowers, but that are carrying information to Congress, to people in Congress, to the leadership of in Congress. So I wanted to bring that up as well. But yes, there are a lot of people are going to turn on Trump because of his behavior and the way he treats them. And one thing another point I wanted to make, the New York Times came out with an article that Trump suggested in one of his meetings about immigrants. They should shoot them, put alligators and snakes. They create a moat where they can keep those animals in order for them to prevent immigrants from crossing. Today is those immigrants. Tomorrow it's going to be someone else. So those who are supporting Trump, today is someone else's turn. Tomorrow it may be yours, because I have seen this happen at the place where I was born. People who used to stand by and watch their neighbors get taken away, thinking that, oh, it's never going to happen to me. It's, these people probably deserved it. Yeah, until it's your turn. Or they do something to somebody in your family. So when I heard that resonated with me because I've seen it before. Today it's the immigrants, tomorrow it's going to be someone else, because he's going to need someone else to fight. Or to, he needed somebody to demons. So that's how bad things can get if Trump were to remain in power. Okay. I'm going to answer one more. Someone else asked me a question. I wrote it down. And I, 1 second. Someone asked me about about oligarchs and that Trump owes money to. Yes, but the oligarchs, they're not going to do anything. I mean, they could, I'm sure with the amount of money that they have, those guys are multi-billionaires. But, well, they're going to have to find Trump to begin with. Because after this is over, I don't think the oligarch is going to be worth their while to go after Trump, because he's going to have enough trouble. And I don't feel they're going to risk committing any crimes on American soil. So they're not going to do anything. And Trump probably has dirt on them anyway because of money laundering and all that kind of stuff. We don't know all that transpired, all that took place behind the scenes that we are not aware of yet, but will come out over time. So to answer that person's question, the oligarch, yes, he owes them a lot of money. They can afford it. They are billionaires. And I mean many times over. 100 million, 200 million, price of doing business, cost of doing business. I don't think it's going to affect them much. And given Trump's reputation, when I touch with these people, they know. The energy is, they took a chance. Well, they're getting their money, they're doing well. Because all those oligarchs are Putin's friends. Look at what's happening in Ukraine. Okay, from what I understand, the Ukraine's president, after he spoke to Trump, now they get to keep the part of Ukraine that they took over. So, and also look what's happening in the Middle East. Okay, Look what's happening even in Afghanistan. Okay, now the Afghans are going to Russia, and Putin is playing mediator. Okay, I mean, right now we are on the thick of before potential impeachment. Before we were hoping this guy would just walk away, and now we're in the middle of an impeachment. A lot of things are happening. We are not that are below the surface of the news because it's a priority game. They have to give priority to the impeachment, or even if it breaks through, we may not hear about them. But there is a lot. Putin, and look at North Korea. They fired a missile. I'm not quite sure if it's an intercontinental ballistic missile or if it's just something that can go without being able to reach. I don't think it can reach America, not yet. But look what's happening. They are making major headways. Okay, these guys are winning. Putin is winning. She is winning. Yes, his economy is on the decline because of the fight, the tariff war that we have going on. But she can stand up and outlast Trump. And that's one card Trump can play and, have she help him remain in power. But I don't think it's going to work. My prediction is still the same. I don't feel Trump will be able to survive what's going on. The impeachment proceeding leading to impeachment. Okay, I am sorry. Oh my God. I will answer some questions now. I hope I put things in a little better perspective. I didn't confuse anyone. Okay, Amy One is asking, will we find out that Trump gave away our top secret intel to Putin? I mean, yes. Well, we already know of one, what he did in the White House. That's exactly why, Amy, that Trump put all those communications on that special server. Okay, we will find out. Everything Trump has done behind the scenes, except for, well, even operational values. Once he tells Putin they no longer have operational values because Putin is going to share it with Xi and North Korea. So, but since I'm not an expert, I can't tell. But yes, we're going to find out some of the stuff that he has done behind the scenes, how he betrayed us. So, hang in tight. Okay. I can't believe this. I've been speaking here for 22 minutes. I just got the notification for my stream. I just got it on the screen just now. So that's what happens to you guys. It takes a while. It takes over 40 minutes for me to be notified that I was going to be on. Oh my God. Okay. Chef is asking, who do you see is leaning towards the Democratic nominee? Chef, to be honest with you, I don't know. I was supposed to look into that this week, but I don't feel it's going to change much from the top 4 or 5 that we have now. So it's going to be one of them. I am supposed to take some time and meditate and figure out who's going to rise. But the past week has been so overwhelming. Well, I'm happy. It's sad for our country, but it is something that had to be done because I've been waiting for Nancy Pelosi to take action to impeach Trump. So to be honest with you, all I have been doing, well, this week has been really bad. I've been reading the news and watching TV and also prepare to give you my intuitive impression of what I feel is going to happen. Okay? So I have not given much time, invest much time into trying to figure out who's going to be the nominee. Sorry about that. And Amy One, yes, we will find out how much Trump has shared with Putin and other countries. Okay, somebody, Soulful41 is asking, caught you live, but I have to leave in 5 minutes. have to get ready for work. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Soulful One. I appreciate your support, and I will be listening to you soon. Thank you, Soulful One. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. Quiltessa is asking, will they get his tax return soon? I don't know how soon, but yes. That's one of the things that's going to cause Trump a lot of distress. Well, wait a minute. There is the son of an executive at Deutsche Bank who's in contact with the FBI and with Schiff and people in Congress. So Trump can do whatever he wants, whether they get it the legal way or somebody leaked it or something is going to happen. But yes, Trump can run, but he can't hide. It's going to come out. Maureen says, is Pompeo going to rat on Trump? Yes. It's not only Pompeo. A lot of other people are going to turn on Trump because, they lost their way and allowed Trump basically to con them, okay? Little by little, by being nice to them and BS them, and basically they've shown how corrupt they can be and how corrupt power can be as well, okay? These people didn't say no to Trump or say, no, this is illegal, you're not supposed to. It's because they want to stay in power. Those black SUVs, airplanes at their disposals, okay? Power. So when they say power corrupt, and corrupt absolutely, that's why we are watching at play with those guys, Mnuchin, Barr, Pompeo, all these people. But yes, they're gonna turn on Trump at the right time. I feel right now they are thinking twice. Okay, so and okay, I believe I mentioned also some people are going to turn on Trump. That includes them too, but it has to be at the right time. They are thinking about it now, but yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Lois says she can no longer abide watching or listening to Trump. My gag reflexes are worn out. No, Lori, you can't let him do that to you. I watched them a little bit yesterday and this morning. I was doing something. I could have come in the living room and switch the channel. Yesterday I did it because I wanted to see, to get intuitive impression or what I would get intuitively by looking at him. And that's, first of all, I felt he was flailing. He's throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. And I felt, I don't know when this is going to happen, but I would not be surprised if that guy, he suffers a stroke at some point, okay? Because if you look at his right eye from yesterday, it doesn't have a good look, at least not to me, because that was the first thing the minute I saw his right eye. And 1 second. Let's see. Someone else. Let's see. Audrey is saying we are going to have to investigate every single thing they did while they were in office, and maybe go through the whole White House to make sure they didn't steal anything. Like people go to hotels and they steal things. I wouldn't be surprised if the Trumps do that. They are that arrogant and not very self-aware. Okay, so no, but there is going to be a major review that's going to take place, even if it's Pence. Pence is going to be open to doing all these things, okay? Because he knows what's going on, and also that's why they may give people like Pompeo and Barr, okay, they may help Congress. And intuitively speaking, I feel they're going to have to create, I don't know if it's laws or rules or how they call those things, okay, certain things that the president and his family cannot do, and the president cannot have members of his family serving in his cabinet, like Trump is doing with Ivanka and her husband. So there is going to be a lot. There are going to be a lot of changes. It's going to take a little bit of time, but yeah, there are changes coming. It's going to be. I mean, we know how thorough. If someone decides to investigate and make changes, they can be. It's going to cost some money, but it's going to be done. Okay. Oh, one more question. Margaret is asking, can the Republicans see that the world leaders see Trump as a clown and they hate him? Margaret, I think, okay, yeah, Margaret, and I was listening to this morning. I think it's a waste of time for anyone to try to convince any Republicans or try to convince them Trump is bad. If watching what we are watching, if somebody doesn't get it, you cannot convince them of anything. Me, well, I had a couple of friends who were Trump fanatics. I cut them off. I'm sorry, but I don't have the time to have discussions with anyone. The sky is blue, and we all can see it. Today, yeah, it's a little grayish today because it's raining and it's cold out there. I'm in Jersey. That's why I'm wearing my my sweater. But the sky is blue. Okay, if someone is looking at it and they tell you no, it's pink, there's a problem. There's no way I'm going to be able to convince you otherwise. So to me, that's the same thing with anyone. It's not. I cannot say Republicans, but Trump supporters. I leave them alone, and I don't want them around me. I'm sorry, no way. I don't have the time. So I feel those who love their country and who care, they don't need us to convince them. They will do it themselves. So, and the reason why I'm talking this way is because I don't know. I don't, thank God I don't have anybody around me who are Trump fans. I stay away from them. Andrea says, Linda G comes back from Ireland. Oh, today? Really? Okay. I didn't know Linda G was in Ireland. Good for her. Okay, people. Oh my God. 12:32. Thank you everyone for spending some time with me today. Please post comments and let me know if you have questions, I can answer for you. There are a few other questions that I meant to answer today. I will, if I didn't answer a question, if you post questions, I'm sorry, and I did not answer them today, I will get to them tomorrow or tomorrow's Friday, oh my God, or Saturday night. So please bear with me. It's a lot of news to cover. Hopefully I brought some clarity to what's going on today. Please leave me comments as well. Thank you everyone very much for spending some time with me. I will see you tomorrow, same time, and I would not be surprised if we have major news tonight or during the balance of the day. I will come back for a quick 5-10 minutes. Okay? Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.